Are you kidding me right now? The sharp voice cut through the entire restaurant. Every head turned. A tall man in a tailored gray suit stood at the counter of a Maple Diner Express in downtown Toronto. His Rolex glinted under the fluorescent lights, and the smell of fresh fries filled the air. He slammed his palm on the counter, his voice booming across the small fast food joint. "This is unacceptable. I said no pickles, and you people can't even get a simple order right?" The young cashier, barely 19, froze. Her name tag read Lena. Her eyes glistened, and her hands shook slightly as she tried to explain, "I am sorry, sir. I must have." "Don't sorry me," the man barked. "This is why people like you work here for minimum wage. No attention to detail, no professionalism." Gasps rippled across the line. A mother covered her child's ears. Two construction workers at a corner booth exchanged uncomfortable glances. Lena tried to hold herself together, forcing a shaky smile. "Sir, I can fix it for you in just a minute." He cut her off again, louder this time. "Fix it? You can't fix stupid." That was it. The whole restaurant went silent. Even the sizzling fryer seemed to stop for a moment. Then, from the back office, a deep voice echoed, calm but firm. "Sir, that's enough." Every head turned toward the man who stepped out. He wore the same Maple Diner uniform but with a manager's badge pinned neatly to his chest. Mid-40s, clean-shaven, with steady brown eyes that didn't flinch. His name tag read, Mark, store manager. He walked straight to the counter and stood beside Lena, placing a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "Sir," Mark said evenly, "you're free to have your order remade, refunded, or replaced. But you will not insult my staff." The customer scoffed. "You must be joking. She messed up my lunch, and you're defending her?" Mark's tone didn't change. "Yes. Because here, we value people more than pickles." A stunned silence fell over the restaurant. Even Lena's trembling stopped. But the man wasn't done. "Oh, I see what this is," he sneered. "You're trying to be a hero in front of your little team, huh? You think this," he waved his hand at the crowd, "earns you some applause?" Mark's eyes narrowed. "No, sir. Just respect. Something you seem to have forgotten." The air grew heavy. You could almost hear hearts beating. And then, suddenly, the man leaned in closer. "You're making a mistake," he said coldly. "Do you have any idea who I am?" Mark didn't blink. "No," he replied. "But I know who we are. And we treat everyone with dignity, no matter how expensive their suit is." The crowd murmured. Someone at the back whispered, "Finally, someone said it." But before anyone could react further, the man smirked, reached into his pocket, and pulled out his phone. "Let's see how long your little job lasts after I'm done posting this on social media," he said, smirking as he hit record. The camera was on. The confrontation was about to go viral. And that's when the manager smiled. A slow, knowing the rich man held his phone high, recording every angle like a courtroom camera. "Everyone, look at this," he shouted. "This so-called manager thinks it's okay to serve people wrong orders and then talk back to paying customers." A few customers rolled their eyes, but he didn't notice. He was too busy performing. "Smile, Mark. You're going to be famous today," he jeered. But Mark didn't flinch. Instead, he calmly walked over to the counter monitor and tapped a few keys. "Actually, sir," he said evenly, "you're right. You will be famous." The man paused mid-recording, suspicious. "What's that supposed to mean?" Mark turned the screen around. On it was the security footage, high resolution, time-stamped, and showing exactly what had happened 2 minutes earlier. There, on the screen, everyone could see it. The customer shoving the bag back at Lena, spilling fries all over the counter. The customer snapping his fingers at her like she was beneath him. And the customer yelling before she even finished taking his order. A ripple of whispers spread through the crowd. Someone muttered, "He started it." Mark folded his arms. "So, before you upload your version," he said calmly, "maybe I should upload this one first." The man's smug grin began to fade. "You wouldn't dare." "Oh, I would," Mark replied. "Because my job isn't just customer service, it's human service. And respect goes both ways." The rich man's face turned red. His phone dropped slightly as people began filming him. The construction workers at the booth smirked. The mother who had covered her child's ears earlier whispered, "Good for him." But Mark wasn't finished. "You know what's funny, sir," he said. "You came in here angry about pickles. But what you really dropped was your manners." Boom. The diner erupted in laughter and claps. Lena stood frozen, her eyes wide in disbelief as the crowd's energy turned electric. The man looked around, the applause, the phones recording, the truth hanging thick in the air. He muttered something under his breath and stormed out, pushing the door so hard it nearly hit the wall. As the glass door swung shut, the sound of his expensive shoes clicking down the sidewalk faded. Mark exhaled slowly. "All right, folks," he said, clapping his hands once. "Who's hungry? Let's get some fresh fries going." The crowd chuckled, and the tension finally broke. Lena looked up at her manager, tears threatening to spill. "Thank you, Mr. Mark. I thought I was going to lose my job." Mark smiled softly. "You don't lose your job for being human. Not on my watch." A voice from one of the tables called out, "Hey, boss. What's your name again? I'm posting this, but the real version." Mark laughed and waved it off. "Just make sure you tag the restaurant." Within hours, the video did go viral, but not the one the angry customer wanted. The clip of the manager defending his worker spread like wildfire across TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels. The headline read, "Canadian fast food manager stands up for worker, crowd cheers." The comments poured in by the thousands. Finally, someone with backbone. Respect in customer service goes both ways. Give that man a raise. Even major news outlets picked it up, praising the diner's example of workplace dignity and leadership. A week later, a corporate email arrived. Mark read it twice just to be sure. Subject: "Congratulations, Mark, you're being promoted to Regional Operations Manager." Lena couldn't stop smiling. "See," she said. "Karma exists." Mark chuckled. "Sometimes," he replied, "karma just needs a manager's touch." And with that, the Maple Diner buzzed again, but this time, not from fries or milkshakes. It buzzed with respect.